So we just finished another week of Monday Night Raw, and it's now time for things you might have missed. But of course there was no Alexa Bliss this week on Monday Night Raw. It looked like she could get involved potentially in the main event, but she didn't. She obviously had the week off. This isn't a new thing. WWE obviously didn't use her the week for Legends Raw, so it does seem like she gets 1 week off between pay-per-views. Kind of makes sense. They did keep her alive though, storyline wise, with this tweet saying, "Let her in," just a few hours before Raw, of course, using that video of when the Fiend's face kind of emerges onto hers. This is a really cool thing for WWE to do. It does kind of establish Alexa as the Fiend, and it's not let him in, it's let her in. Of course, it does use the male Fiend's voice, which I think is a good thing because we want to establish they are one of the same. Now, of course, there has been an entire week since we last did things you might have missed, and some things have happened this week that I need to talk about, and some stuff from Raw, including the main event of Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Now, obviously, this is something WWE keep going back to, and you've got to wonder why. Now, the interesting point here is Alexa did not get involved, and I don't think she needed to be involved. However, when this match was announced Sunday, it created all the hype that WWE was finally going to bring back The Fiend. The internet has been going crazy for over 24 hours that The Fiend could have returned this week on Raw, and I can understand why people think that. Obviously, the hype is building every single week. More and more people seemingly expect The Fiend to come back, and it's really cool that we're just sitting here watching and waiting, and we don't know when it's going to happen. Although, yes, I'd love him to be back right now. I'd be making a hell of a ton of a great video. But of course, we're still watching, we're still waiting, and it's not bad. It's now time for everyone's favourite segment of things you might have missed. Are you ready for this? I've been watching and waiting for this for so many weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Sorry, neighbours. It's Puppet Watch! Huskus the Pig Boy finally gets to become a Mattel WWE action figure. Puppets everywhere are rejoicing right now. Of course, Bray Wyatt comes in Mattel's Elite Series 85 in the style of Funhouse Bray, but it's also Huskus' debut as a figure. Bray Wyatt did have a Ringside Collectibles exclusive, but of course it come with Ramblin' Rabbit, Devil Vince, Mercy, and Abby the Witch. No sign of Huskus. Well, Ringside Collectibles, I'm sorry dudes, I know you're stocking anyway, but you missed out because we finally got justice for Huskus. I can't wait to add Huskus to my figure collection. It's genuinely, it's literally the only thing I've been waiting for in 2021. Of course, Elite Series 85 also consists of a debut in figure form of Karrion Kross, so you could literally do Bray Wyatt versus Karrion Kross, and of course, an updated Liv Morgan. Genuinely one of the best Mattel Elite sets I can remember in recent times. I can't wait. And I had to include Liv because, well, if you know, you know. Something that did happen on Raw, of course it's not Fiend, Bray, or Alexa related, was of course Nia Jax screaming, and for this 1 week, because I need the content, 100%, this might not be related to the Firefly Funhouse, but it definitely becomes our Yowie Wowie moment of the week. That's a new thing. WWE did announce the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. I can't believe it's literally a week on Sunday that Elimination Chamber is happening. That's crazy. Drew McIntyre will defend against Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, AJ Styles, and The Miz. 5 former WWE champions and the WWE champion will be locked inside the Elimination Chamber. But of course, this one is Fiend related because we got to take a closer look at the person they announced first for this match, who was also Drew's opponent on Raw, Randy Orton. Now, if history repeats itself and life is a circle, Bray Wyatt won the WWE Championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view in the Elimination Chamber match. It was then Randy Orton who took the WWE Championship from Bray Wyatt, his former Wyatt family mentor, etc., at WrestleMania just about a month afterwards. If life is a circle, could WWE be setting up for the Fiend to do the same? Could Randy Orton walk out of Elimination Chamber WWE Champion, and then at WrestleMania the Fiend gets his revenge for Randy Orton taking the title from him by taking the title from Randy Orton? It's an interesting out there theory, but it's definitely something I think we need to keep an eye on, because life is a circle. We know Bray Wyatt loves the revenge. There's a reason Alexa Bliss didn't get involved tonight. For storyline purposes, this could be it. Maybe they want Randy Orton to go to Elimination Chamber and win. On Saturday, I made a video looking at why Alexa Bliss was eliminated so quickly from the Women's Royal Rumble match. Of course, everyone has contacted me this week, and people are still contacting me asking why. I just wanted to advertise the fact that video is there. It is up. 18,000 views for something that happened a week prior is crazy. So I do appreciate the support, and I'm sure it's because a lot of you are still uneasy with what happened. Hopefully, with the theories and everything included in that video, you guys are a little bit more settled, and maybe it makes a bit more sense to you. I have been sent these all week long. I had to include them. This comes from the Topps WWE Slam app. Of course, they've got a new couple of packs out. I think they're still available. Royal Rumble site, even though her Royal Rumble appearance was short, Alexa Bliss is featured heavily with some new cards available, including a signed digital version, so make sure you check that out if that's your thing. WWE have also sent out this advertisement poster to cable companies to advertise upcoming pay-per-views in 2021. You can see Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, and WrestleMania. Interesting to note, The Fiend is included in the advertising. So that's a cool thing. Hopefully that means he's coming back before WrestleMania. I think we all expect him to, but it's just cool to see that reiterated by WWE. We also got a really cool promo on Raw from Randy Orton. Now, although there was no puppets behind him, I guarantee you look just like I did. It was fun nonetheless, because Randy was obviously talking about the Elimination Chamber. He was talking about his match with Drew McIntyre. He was talking about his want and desire to once again become WWE Champion. Much like we spoke about earlier, that could all be leading into Life is a Circle and Fiend versus Randy for the title at WrestleMania, possibly. Interesting note, he did mention setting the Fiend on fire. It wasn't just a flippant comment. He made it a point to actually point it out and to say, I did this. And, obviously WWE just putting that subtle reminder there that, no, he might not be on the show. He might still be away. But the Fiend is far from forgotten. Randy actually did win the main event tonight. Technically, Sheamus hit the bro kick on Randy Orton. Although he was aiming for Drew McIntyre, he hit Randy Orton, causing a disqualification, meaning Randy Orton technically tonight beat the WWE Champion. I'm sure that's a point WWE are going to make you realise next week on Raw. So, obviously, a little bit of momentum maybe for Randy Orton. Could make a bit of sense in that build to the Chamber. And since, obviously, Raw's finished, I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter saying, WWE's forgot about Alexa, etc., etc. They haven't. They really haven't. Last week, they proved a point. We thought they forgot her in the Royal Rumble match. Nope. Because last week, this happened. The black goo coming out of her mouth, etc. And that was to make you remember that they remember. Now, this week, everyone deserves a week off. I think it's as very simple as that. She wasn't needed this week. Next week, I'm sure there'll be something. A tease or a playground, perhaps, would be really fun. But nonetheless, it was a hard week for funhouse fanatics like me, and I'm sure a lot of you watching, where there was no Fiend or Alexa. But we did get those subtle things that hopefully build to things in the future. Now, let me know your thoughts, as you always do, in the comment section down below. I would really appreciate it if you like this video. It's going to need all the help it can get, so please do that. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Consider turning on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Of course, follow me on Twitter. See Wrestling UK. I'll see you next time. Peace!